Marti, Allysin, it's a pleasure to be speaking with both of you. The first question I have is it Marti or Marti Belle? Like, can you say just Marti?
Just Marti is fine. Belle is my last name, so just Marti is fine. Marti Belle is also perfectly okay.
Same question to you, Allysin. I mean, Allysin K, it's such a catchy name right there, but is it okay to just say Allysin?
Yes, and actually a lot of people, including my best friend Marti, calls me AK.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I hope to one day graduate to that level to be able to say AK. But in the meantime, the Hex made a big debut in Impact, got a lot of people curious and all that. One thing I'm not sure of, and I don't know who should answer this, does Father James Mitchell work for you or do you work for Father James Mitchell?
Can we just say it's a partnership? Nobody, there are no bosses here. Nobody works under anybody. We are working side by side. We have very common goals. So we are working side by side. No one's anybody's boss.
Okay. No one is anyone's boss. So it's a very forward-thinking dynamic. That's great. And is the goal of this partnership the Knockouts tag team titles?
Oh,
one
of
of
course.
them, yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we have many goals, and we're not going to stop at the Knockouts tag titles, but yes, that is where we're going to start next week.
Are you allowed to say when any of those goals are, or is it just you have to watch Impact every week to know?
I think that's a good way to put it, but I mean,
Yeah.
I think you can probably imagine what some of our goals are. I mean, the Hex train, the Hex Express has left the station, and we're not stopping anytime soon.
The Hex Express is a hell of a saying right there.
That is one of our tag moves.
We have so many of them. We are Hex pun galore. So
Okay.
if you need, we got you. If that's your vibe, we've got you.
Do you say Merry Hexmas?
We literally posted a video Merry Hexmas this year. We almost made it a t-shirt.
We got Santa Claus, the real Santa Claus, to wish everybody a Merry Hexmas. So it's a thing.
Okay, now I know. But is the Hex Express on any merchandise yet, or do we have to keep checking Impact's website for that?
You know what? That's actually a really good idea because we were just talking about getting a new t-shirt made. The Hex Express is one of our tag moves. It's one of our signature moves. So that is a really good idea. We were going to probably go with Hex Rated first because we just made Impact Hex Rated recently.
You definitely did. Now, the Hex is obviously out for themselves, future champions in my humble opinion, but is there anyone that the Hex likes in Impact Wrestling?
We like a lot of people. Oh my gosh.
I'm like, do so I?
Many people.
See,
yeah. Oh,
one thing you're going to learn about the Hex is that we really are yin and yang. So
yeah,
Marti's a little nicer than I am usually. I'm like, who do we like?
We like a lot of people. It's a great locker room. We're really happy to be coming back into such a great locker room. But just because we like somebody doesn't mean that we're not, going to go after their titles or anything. Like everybody knows how much I love Mickie James, but that does not mean that Mickey's Knockouts title is safe. That's like I love
exactly.
Okay, I'll tell you what this reminds you of, and it's obscure, but it's awesome. So the original, and I hate comics, but the original Batman show from the 60s, there was this one character, Professor Egghead. I think it was played by Vincent Price. And he would always go egg-exactly. Like he'd do the egg sign when he said egg.
Should we start doing the X? Exactly. But this is also something else in wrestling, so I don't want to confuse people.
I don't know. Wait,
with
fingers, that's new.
Did we do that? I feel like we did do something.
I think we might have. We've done a lot of puns.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track sometimes.
Correct.
There could be a children's book of all the puns and the illustrated X's and all that. But
I do have a list. I do have a list on my phone.
Literally, yes.
So the sky's the limit with the Hex for merchandise, title reigns, friendships, as long as the bell has not rung. That's what I'm learning here.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, exactly. Once the bell rings, we're in a different situation. Like if you have something that we want, we are not afraid to come. Obviously, as you saw, we're not afraid to come and grab it.
It's business. So,
it's just business. Yeah. As a good friend of mine says, it's not personal. It's not personal. It's business. Yeah, that.
It's not the wrestling friendship. It's the wrestling business, I think they say.
Ooh, like that. Yes.
I think I might have stolen that from a former TNA star right there. But anyway, so we know to watch Impact weekly on Access TV and all of its international partners. But what's the second best show on television these days? Do either of you have a recommendation?
You
Currently on
recommended-
television? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that is a good question. Current television?
No, doesn't have to be current, because let's face it, my wife and I watching Curb Your Enthusiasm from 2 years ago right now, and it's new to us.
Exactly, yeah. It's all about streaming now. So I'm thinking like, what have I been watching lately?
Well,
I will
you
say
got me on. What are you gonna say?
The White Lotus.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
The White Lotus is really good. I got Marty to watch it.
Yes, it was very, very good. We have very like AK said, man, we are very, very different people. We have very different tastes. We come together in the weirdest places. Like, I think it's probably, I feel like, I'm Dominican and so I speak Spanish. I feel like it's not hard to maybe guess how much I love music in Spanish. But what people may not know is how much Allysin K can get down with like that 2000 reggaeton. Like literally, I can put on like a Daddy Yankee song from like 2008 and AK's dropping every single line.
That happened. That happened to us on a road trip where I think I was playing like 2005, like Don Omar or something. And you were like, how are you singing all of this?
Well, when we were driving with my brother and he had stuff on and I'm freaking getting down and AK's just in the back and he just keeps looking back and he's like, what? I was like, oh, you don't even know. You don't even know. But TV shows, I'm really big into reality shows. Like I love Survivor. I love, what else? I think Survivor is probably what I've watched every single season, every reality show that I've watched every single season.
Aren't there like 32 seasons at this point of
43.
Survivor?
43 just aired. 43? Yeah, 43 just aired. 44 is going to air in March, I believe.
That's one that I have not started watching yet. I do like reality shows every once in a while. I did really get into the first season of Love is Blind, but I think I also blame quarantine for that. It was a very quarantine opportunist type of show. I like more, I don't know, my taste does vary, but I will say Ozark is also a great one. I finished that. And Handmaid's Tale, I finished all the seasons. It was great. It's very difficult to watch sometimes, but I was very, very enthralled the entire time.
Okay, so I'm speaking to two people who are obviously athletic, charming, great talkers, but they like comedy and they like drama. So that kind of furthers the theme of you don't know what you're going to get from the Hex.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and really that's just touching the surface, because I also am a huge horror fan. In addition to horror movies, I also happen to love B-horror movies, which is a very specific niche and not everyone appreciates it. So, I mean, there are layers. The Hex is like an onion, except not smelly.
We will make you cry though. That part is real. We will make you cry though.
And you have humorous headlines like The Onion, the newspaper?
We can, with all our Hex puns, absolutely.
Yes, correct. Yes. I'm from New York, so The Onion was a very big part of my like growing upness. So yeah, I feel like we definitely can fall into onion type territory.
Well, now I know. And what's the next live event that we can see the Hex at, or do we just have to keep
No
watching?
Surrender?
Is No Surrender, the pay-per-view next week, Sam's Town, Las Vegas. You can get all 3 shows. Tickets are available at impactwrestling.com.
So is that where we're going to see the Hex win some tag team titles?
Oh, absolutely.
Spoiler alert. Sorry, guys. Spoiler alert. Yes.
There you go. And the last question I have for you, which has nothing to do with your success and Impact and what we have to keep looking forward to, is what music gets you going when you have to do cardio and push yourself through cardio? Is it reggaeton for both of you?
I definitely have a lot of reggaeton on my playlist. Yeah. But also it varies. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I feel like sometimes I'll be listening to like Wisin y Yandel, which is reggaeton from like 2005. And then all of a sudden, like, metal starts playing. And then I'm listening to Spice Girls. It really, anything that has like a really good bass line, I feel like, I can start to get into with cardio.
Yeah. I'm a new metal kid. I grew up, 2000s. So I'm definitely a new metal kid. I have a lot of new metal on my playlist. Actually, the band that does our music, They're called Dropout Kings, and they are a
Yeah.
nu metal band, which are awesome, like incredible dudes. So I'm a really big nu metal fan, so I can go from literally listening to like some heavy nu metal to like Wisin y Yandel to Franco De Vita. Like there's literally to like Oscar Sarante. There's no rhyme or reason when it comes to what we like, but that I think is what makes us so unique.
One dumb hard rock metal Spanish question before you go. And that is, have you ever heard David Lee Roth's Spanish language album from the mid 80s?
No, I don't. Do I want to?
If you like bad Spanish, you're going to love.
I'm curious now. I am
Yeah,
curious.
now I feel like I have to. Listen, man, anytime that somebody finds out that I'm Dominican, they feel like they have to share a story, which I love. I love hearing about people visiting Dominican Republic. They're always very strange, or not always, but I've the last few times they have been very, very strange stories, and they're usually filled with really bad Spanish. So I'm a fan.
Well, David Lee Roth's album Sonrisa Salvaje is on.
What is it called?
Sonrisa Salvaje. Somehow that translates from Eat 'em and Smile. That is on Spotify.
Isn't it Savage Smile?
Yes, literally. I was going to say that is literally us. Sonrisa Salvaje. That is us right now. Yes,
There's a ring to it.
You know what? Thank you. I like that. Thank you, David Lee Roth.
If your finishing move gets retitled to Sonrisa Salvaje, I'll know this interview has changed the course of the Hex. But in the meantime,
you did this. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Continued success at both of you. Looking forward to your next championship reign, and keep up all the greatness.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Paltrocast.